Hello, welcome back to another beer review, and in this one we've got a beer which I should have really reviewed when I first started this channel. But I never really got round to doing it, and I'm over 1,000 videos in now. At long last I've decided to do it after all this time. So boys and girls, the beer I'm going to review today for you lot out there is, well, most probably one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic beer in the world. And we have a can of Guinness Draught. Super smashing great, boys and girls. They change these can designs quite often, didn't they? I haven't seen this one before with just a single harp like that and like that. So, Guinness Draught. What can we say about Guinness Draught? I'll tell you what I'll do. I won't go into the history just yet. I think it's best if I just pour this out and let it settle first, shall we? It's 1.8 UK units, 4.1% ABV. It's brewed in Guinness, St James Gate, Dublin. And it's not really saying much else. It's got this like a table of fat and saturates, and I'll give you a little twist there. So let's crack this open. Hopefully it won't go everywhere. It's gone everywhere. What? I knew it would. I knew it would. I had a feeling. It's gone over my legs. So let's pour this out like you do. It went all over the shop, everywhere. What it is, I don't know what it is with this room and pouring beers out of a can at the moment. It's not doing too good, to be honest. So there it goes. A little bit. There we go. There's the beer. I shall leave there to settle like you do. Let's rub the bloody floor. Leave that there for a minute. Right, history of Guinness. Let's go into the history of this. This was first thought of or conceived, if you say. This beer was first conceived in 1959. Just looking at me dates up there. 1959, and it was really the idea behind this beer was to celebrate Arthur Guinness signing a 9,000-year lease on the Guinness premises in Ireland. It was launched in 1961, and it's got a pairing of nitrogen gas and CO2 to give the smoothness and the velvety texture we see in the glass. That's its main draw, if you like. It's a top-selling Guinness because of that. And it's got Goldings in. It's got pale ale malt. It's 25 to 30% flaked barley, and 10% roasted barley. So now it's kind of like settled down, like you do. There it is. Bit short. Most probably the most iconic looking beer in the world, isn't it, really, when you think about it? It's got a long fan base of people who collect loads of Guinness memorabilia and stuff like that. So there you go. Jet black, thick, white, off-white head. The aroma, slight hint of roastedness, a slight little hint of coffee there about it, only a hint. It smells nice. It does. It smells nice. On appearance, it looks like a solid beer, doesn't it? Look at that. It's real solid stuff. So I'm going to go in. So cheers. Quite a fluffy feel around the mouth. This is my own personal opinion of this. I'm not saying that I'm right. Obviously, there's people out there who love this beer. so I'm not going to try and offend them. But this is my own personal opinion in this beer. My eyes, the look of this beer is making me expect it to be thick, strong, robust in flavour. But what I get when I drink it is a thinness. It looks thick, it looks, strong, it looks something that, would take you ages to drink. But as soon as you drink it, it feels thin. And that's why, for me personally, it's not my favourite Guinness. My favourite Guinness is the original Guinness or the foreign extra. This I'll definitely drink if I'm out. But as soon as you drink it, it is thin. It's a very smooth mouthfeel. Little subtle hints of roastedness there on the back end. There's a tiny hint of bitter in on the back end, but it's not something which I would really return to, unless I was out and there's nothing else there. And that's my own personal opinion of it. Obviously, like I said, people love this beer, and rightly so. In a way, its history, the history behind it, and everything. It's iconic. But for me, it's not my favourite Guinness. It's just lacks a little bit of character. The original for me is a little bit more rougher around the mouthfeel. This is very smooth, and I suppose the smoothness for me devoids it a little bit of stouty characters, where the original Guinness, was more carbonated. It feels more carbonated, and this feels a little bit more bitterness. It feels as though the lovely smoothness and velvet, it's all been stripped back, and it feels more like a proper old school stout to me. This is a little bit too refined for my tastes, if you know what I mean. It's too smooth for me, and it needs to have a lot more character in this beer. I'm not saying that it's terrible. It's not terrible. It's just a little bit, dare I say, safe, if you know what I mean. The look of it, for me, is more appealing than the taste of it. So I'm going to go in one more time for the road. It's not doing anything more for me. There's a little bit of coffee there, a little bit of, maybe hint of licorice there. Not much, but it's not doing much for me. So boys and girls, thank you for watching this beer review. You are free to murder me in the comments and tell me what you think of that beer. I mean, I'm just being honest. You can give me as many thumbs down if you want. I'm just being honest, and that's what it's all about. Thank you very much for watching this beer review. Please subscribe, murder me in the comments. See all of you on my next one. Cheers.